Hello and welcome to Mechwarrior Online. Today I'm doing a review of the Shadowcat B, or what I like to refer to as Rainman. Rainman associates any of my mechs with being an LRM style build, and this one is no exception. I have on the B design, you get 2 energy points, ECM, and 2 missile points, and I'm definitely taking advantage of all that. I went with this paint scheme because I just think it really kind of works out, and it actually does blend in really well, even though it does have some bright colors in it. It ends up looking like at distance just a noise. So what are we running on here? Well, first of all, we upgraded this to an Artemis system, and instead of running 2 LRM-20s, we're running 2 LRM-15s with Artemis. I know it sounds strange, but this actually does more damage than 2 LRM-20s does. I'm also running 4 tons of ammo, ECM, and 2 air medium lasers for defensive weapons. And this is getting all the quirks that come with this mech. This is one of the few builds that I keep all the original pieces on, and I'll show you why. XP bonus, 2.5, nice. Energy cooldown, minus 10%. Cooldown in general, minus 7.5. So that's 17.5% cooldown just on the energy weapons. Missile cooldown, guess what? It's another 17.5 on that. Heat management, or heat, you get minus 7.5 on the heat. Armor quirks, they're okay. They're about what I would say clan mechs typically are. But we're getting some additional features here. Torso yaw speed, plus 10. Deceleration, plus 10. Acceleration rate, plus 10. Jump jet heat, minus 20%. That right there alone makes the this Shadowcat stand out from the rest of them, because it's getting that special quirk. So what else we got here? Well, heat management's not incredible. It's 1.23. Firepower is 42, and there is no upside that goes anymore because this is not an ATM build. Whatever an LRM boat says it is what it delivers. Speed is 97. I will tell you, though, this is quite a bit of fun. And I had a match about a week and a half ago, when I was sick, where I was on Alpine, and I went after a Hatamoto, I think that's right. And he actually decided he wanted to go toe-to-toe with me. And he ended up being a chalk outline. Yeah, that's how that went down. As you can see, I like medium mechs. Let me go to the skills. Skills are pretty much the way you'd expect it on any one of my Shadowcats. They're all very similar, and you can see how this is laid out. I added some jump jet features here because why not? I'm not too worried about heat as much because I typically end up firing the missiles and the lasers separately. This isn't an ATM build. So I have target decay, cool run, heat containment, info gathering with seismic sensor. This is an ECM build, so it has ECM features. 2 cool shots and a UAV. This is not a dumbfire weapon system that I like to use. You can fire these without a lock, but I'm not using advanced zoom because LRMs do have a limited range. Overheat damage, I've got it on here, but honestly, I don't think I've ever gotten into overheat on this particular build Shadowcat. Reinforced casing, because why not? It probably doesn't do anything on a medium mech, but I have it on there anyways. And it seems to be serving me. Armor hardening, skeletal density, full missile features, velocity obviously, heat containment. Now this mech runs a little bit on the hot side, but once again I'm typically just firing the missiles and not firing everything together. If this was an ATM build and it had a 1.2 heat management, this would probably be close to maxed out. But I definitely have the range features added on here because I want to get the maximum range that I possibly can on that. And these missiles here have a range of 1035. So 1,035 meters. Not a lot. So I want to get the maximum range out of these that I can. Basically, I fire the lasers left and right, and then I fire these together. I always fire these together. I never cycle them. And I don't seem to run into too many heat issues. But this is a lot of fun to drive. It's a good build. It works really well. And if you're first getting into a mech, consider getting a Shadow Cat. Shadow Cats were my main staple for years. When I first started playing this game, I drove this. I had a Timberwolf B, and I think I had a Stormcrow, and I don't remember which one it was. And the one thing that they all three had in common was they had omnipods, so I could build several different mechs. Only recently have I purchased another Timberwolf. I haven't run any of my Timberwolves in a long time, but I've recently started getting into them again, especially the Howl. But the Shadow Cat has always been a staple in my arsenal. The Cougar, the Adder, those are great choices for light mechs. And what I really like is this has jump jets, it has ECM, and it has multiple features. And as long as you keep the ECM on there, you can have a lot of fun with these mechs. And people see them on the battlefield. Some people cringe. Some people think it's easy kill. I've never looked at a Shadow Cat across the field and thought, oh, I can kill him instantly because I know how he runs. No, what I usually think is this guy might be the last man standing if we end up killing the rest of their team. That's what I think. Because this thing is a formidable weapon and it works exceptionally well at what it does. Not to mention, look where the weapons are. They're in line with the cockpit. That is wonderful. You're not going to see that on a lot of Innersphere mechs.